So, sorry about the long intro. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway. Trying to hear my music. I forget how to do it. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the Batwoman, new character taking the mantle. Supposedly, word got around that there will be a new character becoming the Batwoman. You won't be seeing Kate Kane, which was played by Ruby Rose, around anymore. Ruby Rose's character, Kate Kane, I take it leaves Gotham. So there's a new character coming in town to become the Batwoman. I think I'll give my opinion of it when we get to the topic. DC Giants report is the line is supposedly done with Walmart. That Walmart apparently wants out of the DC Giants, which means we only have like 2 months left because they have a year contract, so 2 months from now, we'll see if they're around or not. I think it's a very bad decision on Walmart's part. I think it's terrible decision, in my opinion. I really enjoyed the DC Giants. And I talked about it a lot on the show, how much I really enjoy the comics of DC Giants, so for me, I'm going to try to get every copy that I can of it before they supposedly go away. I think, DC's doing a great job with the Giants, and it's a travesty that Walmart does not see that. So anyway, let's get to the Batwoman thing. So my phone's going off. Emails and all that, so it's private email, so by the way. And Lola's meowing. So, well, hold on, let me see what she's meowing about. She's probably throwing another temper tantrum. We'll just, I'll play this one. I like this song, by the way.
Spell, your eyes they beckon me. Your lips they speak lies and misery. I know it's wrong, but I can't turn away. The flame's drawn near, they're telling me to stay. Into the fire.
Into the Fire. That is a good song, by the way. I really, really love that song. But there's a lot of things I also want to talk about. This one caught my eye. I saw it on Breitbart. And it involves a writer, not the particular writer who got fired, the person that fired him. Hold on, Lola's meowing again. That writer being Dick Wolf. So, Hollywood writer-producer Craig Gore has seen himself terminated from Law & Order SVU over social media posts regarding defense of his property from rioters and looters in Los Angeles, California. Craig Gore took to Instagram by posting himself in front of his house, armed, where he noted that the rioters and looters were only 2 blocks away, stating, quote, "Sunset is being looted 2 blocks from me. You think I light a mother effer up who's trying to F with my property I worked all my life for? Think again." A Twitter user, not an associate producer, as an account parody meme. Alright, so person tweeted screenshots of his home and sent it to Christopher Minnelli, who I think responded by saying he didn't know who the guy was. So, Craig Gore, writer-producer, was terminated by NBC Universal, who wrote, "I will not tolerate conduct, especially during our hour of national grief," Wolf said in a statement published by Deadline. "I am terminating Craig Gore immediately." Gore was also dropped by his agency. Like many U.S. cities around the U.S., there are riots breaking out as a result of the George Floyd protest. Regarding to Los Angeles, Fox News has reported that many looters stormed many stores in Van Nuys and Hollywood, leaving behind trails of shattered glass. It has also been reported in Los Angeles that rioters have attacked police officers, torched vehicles, looted businesses, fled with many merchandise, and the National Guard was moved in to assist the local law enforcement. I will say this, Dick Wolf, I never liked Dick Wolf. I was never a big fan of Law & Order, the TV show. I never liked Criminal Intent. I never liked SVU. LA I actually enjoyed because the one writer from the show Brotherhood was the showrunner, and he actually had more involvement in the show than Dick Wolf. Because Dick Wolf is one of those writers who is just needs to go away. He's the kind of writer that holds down other writers who want to tell stories. He's, as I jokingly put it once, he's like the TV show SVU, a dinosaur that needs to be extinct. You know, I don't enjoy Law and Order, the TV show. I don't like SVU. I don't like his new show FBI. And his spin-off series. It's like, and I don't enjoy the Chicago trilogy series, whatever he calls it. So it's one of those things I just don't particularly enjoy. You know. So I'm just sharing this post with everybody. So anyway. So anyway, as I was saying was Dick Wolf writes these very slow and painful stories. Like I never seen a writer who would just write stuff so slow. And it always has to be dramatic. It has to be like over dramatic to the point where it's almost comedy. And his idea of like, you know, firing this writer and stuff who is defending his property, like he said, the riot and looting was 2 blocks away from his home. What was he going to do? Just stand there and be like, yeah, take all my shit, get it, go, you know. I worked hard for it, you know, you can have it. I understand, you know. No, the writer's like, fuck this, I ain't gonna take this shit. And the thing about it is, and everybody got mad with Trump when they say when looting happens, shooting happens. What Trump meant was when you start looting, business owners, people who own property, they are going to start firing back at you. That's what they're going to do. I mean, I got blocked by a shit ton of celebrities, which I don't give a shit about, because I, you know, stood my ground of where the line in the sand is. Their side is on the side of anarchy, chaos, you know, peace, love, and hope. And, you know, for me, like, anytime I hear a hippie say shit like defund the police, my response is, well, peace, love, hope, now get the fuck out of here. Like, that's my response to it. By the way, there's a James Earl Jones line from Fields of Dreams but he says, peace, love, hope, now get the hell out of here. I love that line. I just always thought, like, that is going to be one line I have to say to a hippie who believes in all this shit. It's like, they believe in this magical thing where if you defund the police, everything will magically stop. There will be no more chaos, no more crime, none of that. We're all going to be safe. We're going to be in our safe haven. Bullshit. If you defund the police and everything of it, you are basically dropping the guard of you can do whatever you want in life. You want to steal something? Go ahead, do it. There's no police around. That's all the thing. That's the entire thing of it. And a lot of these celebrities, of course, could say that because they have giant gates. They live in a gated community. They have security guards. They have bodyguards. They're all fine. You know, they're going to be safe. They have the the best security system around. They are fine. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of us aren't going to be fine if they do that, but they aren't. So, Dick Wolf, it's like no wonder he goes by the name Dick. Because that's what he did. He just did a dick move. Firing a rider who wants to protect his property. Well, who was protecting his property and all that. Dick Wolf made a dick move. Yeah. So, I just wanted to cover that part, but it was just like that story. That story aggravated me because it added, as weird as it sounds, it added more fuel to the fire of why I don't like Dick Wolf as a writer, as a creator, as all that. I just don't like the guy. I never have. I never liked Law and Order, like I said, the TV show and I don't like the new shows that he did for CBS because it's like you took away a time slot. You could have gone to a different creator and got a more interesting concept, but instead you hired a dinosaur that creates boring shit. You know? Like, damn. So, we learned that Batwoman series would be replacing Ruby Rose, Kate Kane, with a new character instead of simply recasting, which means a new face under the cowl. Season 2 of Batwoman, which was leaked on Reddit, decided, which has been confirmed, that they are going with a new character. A new Batwoman, a new character named Ryan Wilder. Boy. I like that they have a boy's name with a female character. You know, you could have just named her Riley Wilder or something, but said, we're going Ryan. So, who is this Ryan Wilder? I can't help but laugh at the whole casting of it. I can't help it. It's funny. You know, I can't help but laugh at it. Like the whole name. The whole name of the character is just, it's funny. Ryan Wilder, Batwoman. So here's the synopsis of here's how the character is described. A female, of course, mid-late 20s, any ethnicity, Ryan Wilder is about to become Batwoman. She's likable, messy, little goofy, untamed. So basically they're taking the character traits of a character and making it the opposite of Kate Kane. I like how the first thing is she's likable is like the first part. The first part is likable. That's funny. I'm sure she's not going to be liked at all. She's nothing like Kate Kane. Again. That's 2 red flags right there. She's likable. She's nothing like Kate Kane. 2 flags up about that one. The woman who wore the bat suit before her, with no one in her life to keep her on track. Ryan spent years as a drug runner, dodging the GCPD, masking her pain with all bad habits. Today, she's reformed and sober. You know that. I mean, I know I'm gonna sound like a horrible idea person, But it's like, you know, you could make her this character who struggles to keep everything intact. That's part of the whole character building process. And this other one, she could hold on. Anyway, I'll skip this part. I'll add this part in here. She could also kill with her bare hands, and she's the most dangerous. She's the most dangerous type of fighter. You see, again, you could add somebody in there. Okay, let's go with the habits. Like, you could add that in there. You could make this character relatable, because there's a lot of people who have personal problems, personal demons in their life, and they're trying to keep everything together. But instead, you try to make this character perfect. That's the problem with CW, is they don't have writers and stuff to just be like, you know what, why don't we make this character relatable? You know, why not have her struggle in her life? But instead, you're just like, we had to make this character perfect. She has to be perfect. Perfect. That's the problem with CW and stuff. And I wish they just would have went with, you know, we're going to make this character perfect. And, I mean, I hate that. And with her combat thing, like, you could have her be trained by another DC character come in, like Wildcat, or, you know, since they're in the same universe, you could have just bring in Black Canary to teach her how to fight. But instead, you didn't. Instead, you had to be like, she's the most dangerous combat fighter. So anyway, today, performed and sober, Ryan lives in a van with her plant. Okay. A girl who would steal milk from an alley cat could also kill you with her bare hands. Ryan is the most dangerous type of fighter, highly skilled, wildly disciplined. Seriously, like, she lives in a van with her plant. That is stupid. I'm not even going to watch the second season. Shit, I didn't even watch the first season. But her living in a van with her plant, that is stupid. And plus, like, her stealing milk from an alley cat. I mean, who would steal milk from a cat in Gotham? I mean, I'll be honest with you, like, cats in Gotham kind of sound dangerous. I mean, if you try to steal milk from an alley cat, Catwoman will show up and fuck you up on sight. But I'm sure cats would do the same thing. I mean, why you don't see a lot of fish market places in Gotham? Because cats steal from there. And if the fish market owner tries to confront them, I'm sure those cats would pull out a knife and threaten to shank them. But but seriously, like, come on. The whole fighting, highly skilled thing, that is stupid. You could have added character build. You could have kept Ruby Rose around for a while to have her teach this new character how to fight and all that. But instead, nope. Or bring in a character from another CW show like Black Canary or Huntress. Nope. An out lesbian, of course. Athletic, raw, passionate. Fallible? Okay. A very much not your stereotypical all-American hero. This whole thing sounds stupid. And here's the one thing they throw up. This is obviously going to be more of a CW show than a DC show. Of course, we all know Ryan Wilder, an all-new character created just for the show, has not appeared in the DC comics. Of course. Yeah, I don't like... I'll be honest with you, the show sucks already. It's not even on the air, and it already sucks. So, I don't like the whole Batwoman, Ryan Wilder, stealing milk from an alley cat. Those cats would kill you. So, WandaVision not done filming, of course. I mean, they had to stop filming for a while due to the COVID thing. So, I wish they would just change the name. Yeah. So, it's claimed that Man of Steel 2 will be happening with Henry Cavill as Superman, and possibly Zack Snyder and Dwayne Johnson. Rumors come from Mikey Sultan of Lords of the Long Box YouTube channel, who previously rumored back in March that Henry Cavill would be appearing in Shazam 2. While along with the recent news, Henry Cavill returning as Superman, has stated that Warner Brothers has no plans of making a Man of Steel 2. This rumor offers that the speculation of Man of Steel 2 is not happening. It's growing interest with the folks at AT&T of Man of Steel sequel, claims Sutton. The rumor goes on to say that AT&T, parent company of Warner Brothers, sees the Snyder Cut as an explosion of promotional vehicle for Man of Steel 2 going forward. According to the rumors, AT&T doesn't want to scrap Zack Snyder's DCEU. Of course not. They had a lot of money put into it. You know, wants to move forward with it, which fits with Grace Randolph's recent said about Warner Brothers, requesting Zack Snyder include seeds for Man of Steel 2 and Justice League 2 into his Snyder Cut that will get released on HBO Max next year. It also fits with, it said that it was AT&T, not Warner Brothers, who greenlit the Snyder Cut after Zack showed off a cut to executives. So I have a feeling that, I'm going to put this out there, this is going to be my thoughts and speculation of it. I think that with the Snyder Cut coming out, Zack Snyder's cut, with them wanting to put in seeds for a Man of Steel 2 and Justice League 2, with HBO Max, of course, going, I had a free trial. I tried it. You get to watch it on your phone, which was, again, for me, kind of a downfall, because I have a Fire Stick, and I also have a smart TV, and I have a smart TV in the living room, Fire Stick in my room. I think it's kind of, it made it difficult not to be able to watch it on TV, but instead on your phone, which I ended up canceling my free trial, because I was just like, what's the point of even having it if I can't even watch it on one of the TVs? Even though HBO Max is available on Hulu, but again, with Hulu, I couldn't even get to watch a lot of the shows, but I wanted to watch the new Looney Tunes show, and again, couldn't. So anyway, I have a feeling with the whole Man of Steel 2 and Justice League 2, I have a feeling that HBO Max would be the place where they would play it, because, a lot of the movie theaters and stuff, it sucks what's happening with them, and I have a feeling that, they should do, the honorable thing, which was, have it released in theaters, then a week later release it on HBO Max and stuff like that. But I have a feeling that they are going to be like, you know what? We want to get new subscribers. Guess what? Man of Steel 2, Justice League 2. That's the whole thing they're going to go for. And you really can't blame them because, AT&T is a business and they want to make a lot of money. And they want to get a lot of people into watching it. And I have a feeling when Justice League drops on HBO Max, the Snyder Cut, a lot of people are going to subscribe, and there are going to be a lot of people wanting to see more. Like, I would love to see Cyborg movie on HBO Max. So anyway, a Cyborg movie I would love to see. Static Shock, I would love to see that. I would love to see a Static Shock TV series. Green Lantern, I know they're doing it, but I would love to see Jon Stewart Green Lantern show up in Justice League, even though it's going to be Hal Jordan, So, anyway, Sutton states, AT&T has strong faith in the Snyder Cut living up to the hype. The social media response from fans has them thrilled about how they can expand the franchise. I think that's their plan of it. Like, I think they want to expand the whole franchise of the Snyder Cut. And I think it's a cool thing that they want to do that. I know there's been rumors of Ben Affleck coming back to play Batman. I think that's kind of cool, but at the same time, that's up to Ben Affleck, to decide, like, should I play Batman? Should I not play Batman? Who knows? But also here's one. What about J.J. Abrams and Superman last summer? There's, of course, San Diego Comic-Con DC insiders stated that Abrams was going to be taking on both Green Lantern and Superman, but however, Abrams is currently taking on Justice League Dark. According to Sutton, Abrams taking Superman is up in the air, as what AT&T mainly wants from Abrams is content for HBO Max, similar to his previous critically acclaimed projects like Lost. Abrams since then has been taking on Justice League Dark, DC series for HBO Max, which seems him having full control, but that is something that might not be happening with Superman. It said that AT&T wants to build the Snyder DCEU, not tear it down. Whatever involvement Abrams has with Superman theatrically will be having under some sort of compromises, or perhaps none, said Sutton. The Snyder Cut will be the final decision made. Dwayne Johnson rumored for Superman 2, Man of Steel 2, with Henry Cavill. Sutton notes that Henry Cavill back as Superman for Man of Steel 2 looks bright, especially with Dwayne Johnson involved as the Black Adam in the DCEU. While Henry Cavill previously was rumored for Black Adam, it's said that Dwayne Johnson is rumored for at least once a cameo in Man of Steel 2 if it moves forward. Sutton notes that Man of Steel 2 will probably be moving forward, which means we'll probably be seeing Dwayne Johnson. Of course, Dwayne Johnson's ex-wife, business partner, and co-founder of his production company is also the manager for Henry Cavill. Both Henry Cavill and Danny Garcia, who is his manager and Dwayne Johnson's ex-wife and business partner, have been vocal about Superman as of late. It's also been learned that Dwayne Johnson commissioned fan art depicting Henry Cavill's Superman battling Black Adam from Boss Logic, which is a cool artwork, by the way. So, I kind of look forward to seeing what happens with Superman. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I actually look forward to see what happens with Superman. And I'm not the biggest Superman fan. Like, I sat through Lois and Clark, the New Adventures of Superman, the Christopher Reeve Superman films, which I like, but also at the same time, I wish people would just move forward with time instead of like being like one of those people like, remember back in the good old days, those member berries type of people. But I wish people would just move forward with it instead of just being like, remember when Christopher Reeve was Superman? Instead is Superman of now. That's the thing about it. Like, I wish people would just realize that Superman has evolved with time. He isn't the same, standing with, his hands, his, fist on his hips, like, prepare to step outside, General. Like, he just isn't that guy anymore. Like, he's not. I'm sorry to say that. But Superman has evolved. He has become his own individual. Like, I recommend people to read the Rebirth Superman, the Peter J. Tomasi run of Superman, which was really good. I mean, Superman has a son. He's married to Lois. It's before Bendis fucking ruined all of it. But Superman having a wife, a son, made him interesting, made him relatable. Like, you want to see this man teach his son all the goods of being a human being, but also having the powers of a Kryptonian. And it was really amazing. And it angers me that Brian Bendis came in going like, we're going to take Superman back to the good old days, and just fucked everything up on sight. Like, that is what bothered me with this whole Superman needs to go back to the good old days. You ruined it. I mean, you had the character finally figured out, and you had a great writer who I wish would have came in and wrote Batman, because he's doing a great job with Detective Comics, and I highly recommend Detective Comics. I really enjoy it. I've been building my collection of Detective Comics a lot, and I just really enjoy those books. And again, it saddens me that Tomasi did not get to write Batman. But, hopefully, like, later down the road, he gets to, like, write Batman or something. Like, I mean, I have nothing against the current run of Batman with James Tynion, I think is his name, writing Batman. Nothing against him. It's just like, his Batman run is just boring. I'm sorry. It's just really boring. I mean, at least Tom King kept it, like, your attention of what the hell's going to happen, but this Batman run is just boring. I'm sorry. It's just boring as possible to sit through. Like, I don't understand the current run of it, but anyway, Green Lantern 80th anniversary. Green Lantern turns 80. Everyone's turning 80. Catwoman turned 80. Joker turns 80. I remember jokingly telling somebody, and I showed like the panel where Joker's like the old man Joker in his wheelchair and stuff. I was just like, it'd be funny if they did that cover, like just has Joker in his old wheelchair, and he's like, and people, his Joker kids are like, happy 80th birthday. Like, I wish it was just that. Like, he has like the little balloon with a smiley face. Like, I wish they would have done that, like old man Joker cover, but they didn't. Like, I wish they would have done that. Like, I gotta find that photo. Like, it was like, it cracked me up. Going like, it would have been so funny if like Joker turns 80 and it's just that cover. But instead, you have like all these amazing artists and stuff doing the covers and stuff. Like, I do like the covers. It's kind of weird though. Like, I did not get to see like a lot of the covers. Like, most of the covers they had was like Catwoman covers, which were really cool. I like the 90s. The 60s one I have to buy because I love the 60s Batman. But the Joker ones I didn't get to see. Like, I hope they do one with Cesar Romero Joker, because everybody seems to forget about that guy. Like, that dude was awesome as Joker. Like, you know. So, Green Lantern turns 80, which I look forward to seeing what happens. You got Hal Jordan. You have Batman showing up. Kyle Rayner, one of my favorites. Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. This is really cool. They have like a Justice League and Justice League Unlimited reference. Hawkgirl and Green Lantern, Green Lantern, Jon Stewart. Okay, you definitely have my attention to buying it, because I love, a lot of people forget that relationship, Jon Stewart and Hawkgirl from like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Like, I'm definitely buying it, because Jon Stewart, Green Lantern's like one of my favorites, besides Kyle Rayner. Like, Kyle Rayner was really awesome, but like, those are like the two Green Lanterns I want to see in the TV show. Jon Stewart and Kyle Rayner. And Hal Jordan, I don't mind. I like Hal Jordan, but it's like, those two Green Lanterns are like my favorite, because I watched Justice League Unlimited, and that was like my favorite. Like, Justice League was that team of like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, Jon Stewart. Like, that was my favorite team. And I was just like, I want that team on the big screen, live action. Like, that's what I want to see. What's just that? And we're finally going to see like Martian Manhunter, which is really cool. Which I can't wait to see. Like, Henry Lennox, or was it Harry Lennox? Harry Lennox or something, is playing Martian Manhunter. Like, I mean, he has the voice. If you ever like hear him speak, he has the voice. And part of me just goes like, why wasn't he cast as Colin Powell in W? Why'd it have to be what's his name? I forget his name. Jeffrey Wright, that's his name. Doing the Mr. T, Colin Powell, Mr. President. Like, that dude just, oh man, that was awful. Like, ugh. So, anyway, let's get to the other news that involves DC, Wally World, Walmart. So, Walmart, Wally World. Many comic shops are reopening, or attempting to reopen. We are in this cusp of an actual, mostly typical comic book month in June. There's been a reduced sales from publishers as printing of new comics get back to the normal. Diamond reattaches backup distributors. By DC's departure from Diamond several weeks ago, has put themselves ahead of the game. That was the point of it. DC wanted to get ahead of everything. They wanted to get ahead of schedule. Like, they wanted to get caught up, but they've been missing because everything's been closed for 3 months. So anyway, put themselves ahead of the game as they have been printing and releasing comics this week, and Diamond and many comic stores are playing catch up. Well, it's not their fault. They didn't want to play catch up. They didn't want to catch up with anything. They just wanted to sit at home with the whole hashtag pencils down thing. DC wanted to be like, we want to get shit going. We want to get people going. And the thing is, they had to realize, unlike Marvel, DC did not furlough any of their employees. They did not fire any of their employees. They're like AEW. AEW did not furlough or fired any of their employees like WWE. But DC had to get things going because they had all their workers that they could have doing digital. They had to get everything back to going. They had to get everything going again. So they had to like find new printers and new distributors and all that. So then why didn't you notice that? Did the notice of comes out of Friday that DC is canceling physical copies and many copies of the comics coming to local comic shops, but including 4 of their giant line. All 4 of which is already on sale at Walmart through stores throughout the United States. Walmart reports DC Giants for May. Let's see. Batman 5. Batman Giant Volume 2, number 5. 4 of the Giants, 4 of the Giants have arrived at Walmart 2 or 3 weeks ago, depending on if Walmart wants to put them out. Which they don't. Like, Walmart does not put out like a lot of their giant books. Like, I always got annoyed because they're like sitting in the back. It's just like, oh, fuckers can just put them out there. It's always been annoying to me. Like, Batman Giant Volume 2, number 5. The Flash Volume 2, number 5. Swamp Thing Giant Volume 2, number 5. And the weird monthly one-shot Teen Titans Go DC Superhero Girls number 1, which I have. I bought the Batman and the Teen Titans DC Superhero Girls one because I love both. Both are really good. Like Batman, of course. Plus, there's been reprints of like the Court of Owls Part 5, Face the Court, from Batman. And all that. That's been really good. But let's get to the article. Does line have a future? Now, since August of 2018, DC Giants line has been shipping to Walmart stores every month. The number of books, many have changed. The titles, many have changed. The dates they arrived each month changed. But the books have been a constant for almost 2 years. For over a year, the books were Walmart exclusive, but now most content have been reprinted into comics from forms of and hardcovers. Local comic shops to sell. The line relaunched almost a year ago, shipping to Walmart's with reprint covers, but the brand new covers for LCBS. However, time has gone by in the gap a few weeks to a month between Walmart getting books to local comic LCBS. Getting books becoming a new, more sustained, more significant amount of time. The shutdown Diamond and DC for the time during the pandemic, the gap was bigger as Walmart, an essential storefront, stayed open, kept receiving books with last batch. Walmart has obtained every issue that DC solicited, a recent catalog back in March, except for Wonder Woman 84 Giant number 1, which has been postponed with the movie date moved. Looking ahead for new online-only DC content, we see the next giant issue solicited are nothing. There are no more DC Giants solicited after this last batch, which means what? Several factors have been considered looking forward for future line. Walmart and DC must have a contract of some sort. DC, who hates to break contracts, did not violate the contract during the pandemic, making sure Walmart got new comics even when no other comic book stores in the world was. They provided Walmart with books. They have also canceled physical releases, which means like you have to go on eBay to get them, or go on Walmart or pay eBay price, including DC's Titans Volume 2, number 2, through Batman Volume 2, number 5 has not been canceled by DC for physical release to LCBS. I think I got Batman Volume 2, number 5. Yeah, I think I did. I gotta look. Maybe. I think I did. I'm sure of it, because I buy like every fucking Giant book. It's been speculation that no new solicits for DC contact number 1 for any Giant. So, I will say this, like, I don't know what's going to happen with their Giant line. I hate to see it go. I really do. I love the DC Giant books. I think they're fantastic. But damn, man, that'd be like difficult, because I hate going to Walmart. I really do. Like, I went to Walmart yesterday. I fucking hated going to it. Like, I really did. Like, I hated going to it. Like, it was just like awful and boring. So anyway, let's get to the other stories. Sean Murphy. Yeah, I gotta talk about this one. Sean Murphy, Sean Gordon Murphy, who did Batman White Knight, Curse of the White Knight, got dragged through Twitter over a tweet. Over what he said. DC Comics and Batman White Knight creator Sean Gordon Murphy is being dragged through Twitter for calling the end of looting and nearly a week of rioting in multiple cities across the United States for the death of George Floyd. Murphy posted a tweet saying, "I want equality. I want more good cops. I want bad cops to be held accountable when they break the law." He added, "I want people to be allowed to protest peacefully." Murphy concluded by stating, "I want looting to end. Solution to this problems isn't more crime." In response to the statement, Murphy's been dragged through it. Former Telltale Games cinematic artist Jan Kim responded to Murphy's statement, writing, This has got to be the least punk shit ever said. Come on." She added, "A man got murdered by cops after decades of unwarranted imprisonment and murders of black community by police and government. But looting, vandalism is what you're worried about? Please reflect on your words," she concluded. What he meant was, destroying communities isn't a good thing. I mean, I gotta say this one. A police captain was murdered defending his store. He owned a pawn shop. He was murdered, and the people who were protesting recorded this man dying on a sidewalk. And you could see the blood coming out onto the sidewalk. The man was dying. He had a face of fear because he knew he was dying. No one comforted him at all. No one was there to help, comfort him, saying anything to him. But instead, they recorded him dying. And I know that, Jan Kim probably doesn't give a shit. She cares about the protesting, rioting, looting, She cares about that, Goth comic artist Seth Adams replied, I think you meant to type Black Lives Matter. I get confused. I get it. Confusing times. He would also encourage backers of Murphy's Indiegogo comic, The Plot Holes, to seek refunds. What a punk bitch Seth Adams is. Game designer Chris Kinder described Murphy's statement as high school level takes there, man. Whatever. Magic the Gathering artist. Does anybody really buy Magic the Gathering? I don't know. Wrote, bad take. What is it with all people black photos and, stuff like that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, comic writer J.P. Jordan called Murphy a coward. I wonder what's next. People going to destroy his comics now? Like, here's one. Newsarama writer Pierce Lydon wrote, there are no good cops, Sean. There is, dude. I just mentioned it. A police captain. What about the cops in St. Louis? 4 shot. One in Las Vegas got shot in the head. Trying to survive. He's on life support. Of course, nobody talks about that. Image former director of marketing Mark Haven Britt declared, I am no longer buying your books. Delete your account. Rethink your life. That is like the stupidest shit I ever heard. But I am going to buy Murphy's books. I in fact did buy Murphy's books. White Knight. Curse of the White Knight. Good books, by the way. I mean, White Knight was phenomenal. Curse of the White Knight was really good, but, Author K. Thor Jensen wrote, more cops doesn't work, Sean. Police is a failed concept. That is a failed concept of a rebuttal. None were critical of Murphy's, but there were a number of supporters as well, saying, quote, I can hear the cancel warriors approaching. Be brave, and good luck. That's a good one. One Quintendo 64, wrote, let's see how long it takes for your peers to throw you under the bus because you're not posting the way they are. I'm a huge fan of you and your work. I am extremely happy you made this post. I am taking screenshots to see how long it stays up just in case. One person wrote, thank you, Sean. Couldn't agree more. Mike Smith wrote, amen. Just for the record, all lives matter. Following Murphy's original tweet, he announced that he would be auctioning off original pages from White Knight 2. All proceeds will go to Black Lives Matter's charities. Yeah, I'm happy Murphy made this tweet. Murphy's been one of those smart writers, and this isn't like the first time he's gotten a controversy. I think he did like a cover for Earthworm Jim, I think, and a lot of people got pissed off about it. But the thing is, Murphy's like one of those smart people. Like, if you ever watch, I remember there was like this Q&A session between him, Miller, King, Tinian, Tyan, whatever his name is. I forget the other guy. The guy who wrote, I think, Batman and Signal. I don't think that lasted long. And Murphy just sat there and just listened to like Frank Miller and Tom King debate about Batman. And it was pretty funny. I thought it was really cool. But it was just funny though how Murphy just sat there and just like watched. Like so anyway, wrapping up the podcast. I'm sorry I didn't do the yesterday's show. Something came up. I won't be doing tomorrow's show. Friday, I have to take Stitch to the vet to get him checked out. He's not been doing so good for a couple of days. I didn't do the show yesterday because he was sick. He was throwing up a lot. And this morning, before we did the show, I took him out and he was pooping up blood. And tomorrow I got an appointment for early in the morning to get him to the vet, to get him checked out, hopefully nothing goes wrong. That's what I've been doing for yesterday and tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing, is taking my buddy to the vet to get him checked out. And just it's kind of how it is. And this year I found this tweet last night and I was looking at it and I was just like, this is the most absolute truth to a tweet. Is a meme saying, me looking outside to see what chapter of Revelation we're doing today. Like, that's what has been going on. Like, I feel like the world's fucking ending as we know it. And, that's kind of how I feel today. Like, I feel like the world's crumbling at times. And for me, I just kind of try to stay on my ground of where I'm at. Mentally and physically and stuff. So anyway, I will be back Monday to host the show. Hopefully everybody stays safe. If you're going to protest peacefully, just do it peacefully. Don't do anything stupid. Alright, just be safe. Don't do anything. My cousin, of course, is protesting, and she's not doing it for the good reasons of being peaceful and all that. Instead, she's just doing it for Facebook likes and comments and, all that, like, malarkey and stuff. Like, I just go, like, why don't you just go out there and protest just for your beliefs and something? Why do you have to go out there and protest just to get recognition and approval and Facebook thumbs up and heart emoji, like likes or heart, like whatever? I don't know. I'm not a Facebook person, so and of course, she was just like, why aren't you protesting? It's just like, I'm like, I don't feel like protesting. I mean, I support the peaceful protesters and stuff, but I'm not out there to get people's attention and approval. That's just kind of how it is. So, anyway, and of course she got mad when I wrote, like, all lives matter. That's what it is. Like, if you write that, like, all lives matter, it's just like, you are offensive. So, anyway, protest peacefully. Don't do anything stupid. Because if you, like, torch a car, you do realize you will be paying for it in your taxes, right? Destroying a small business, you are destroying your neighborhood. So, think about that when you're holding a brick or trying to light something on fire. You're paying for it. So, keep your social distance also. So I'll see you all Monday. Bye.